Yes.
No, I have not.
No, but I have heard about it before.
I think it's a very impressive form of art. Makeup and the dance, they all look really good.
I think drag kind of represents a vibrant and expressive aspect of contemporary culture, especially in promoting gender fluidity. I think it's very brave for people to be creative and express themselves in their own ways.
I don't really know what drag is. I don't have much of an opinion on whether people do it or not. I think that people can totally wear what they want because, well, it's their body and it's their clothes, and who cares about what people think?
Yeah, people should dress whatever they like and they want. For example, the color pink always represents girls and the color blue always represents boys, but a color itself is just a color. It's the society that assign a meaning to the color. Also, imagine in this world, if everyone dressed in the same way, it's gonna be super boring, right? So I'm sure that the celebration of diversity in appearance can encourage a broader conversations about gender and identity.
Well, yes, because I think gender is a social construct. Everyone should have the freedom to express your femininity or even masculinity, and it doesn't have to be matter with your gender, right? Because there's also drag queen who are cis women but still like this form of art, like Lady Gaga, who take a lot of inspiration from drag culture, etc.
The term drag originated as a theater slang in the late 18th century, referring to male performers who wore petticoats so long that they dragged on the floor. And over time, it evolved into a recognized art form within the LGBTQ community. In the 19th century, drag balls in the UK featured competitions for awards in categories like the best gown or most feminine figure. By the 20th century, drag became increasingly associated with the LGBTQ community, and its concept gained broader public awareness. Drag queens began performing in bars specifically catering to gay audiences. By the late 20th century, drag entered reality shows, films, and the music industry, reaching new generations and becoming part of mainstream culture. Based on our interviews, it is evident that the majority of individuals in Hong Kong have limited knowledge about drag due to the lack of exposure and opportunities in the city. While discussions surrounding drag and gender identity are on the rise, they have not yet reached mainstream status. Despite this, a significant number of young people in Hong Kong demonstrate open-mindedness toward freedom of expression through dress, presenting a promising opportunity for promoting drag. The primary obstacle faced by drag in Hong Kong is its lack of visibility. One proposed solution is to provide platforms for drag queens to perform at various venues and host educational events to increase awareness and show support for the LGBTQ community.
I think there's not much involvement of the drag in the LGBT part community because actually it's not that, how do I say it in words? The LGBT community in Hong Kong, the drag queens are just for entertainment because the political side towards the LGBT community in Hong Kong is it's quite hard. It's quite tough because of the government, and I don't want to talk about that. There's a big difference actually. I think Hong Kong drag is way behind compared to the entire world. The entire world is very progressive now in terms of drag. In terms of production shows, I think Hong Kong is lacking to that because, like I said earlier, there's only few establishments that caters regular drag shows, and right now it's only Link Bar and FLM that does regular drag shows. And compared to the other side of the world, other countries, they do drag shows almost like every day from Mondays to Sundays. They have shows from different bars, different restaurants, and yeah. But I think Hong Kong is getting there. I'm quite lucky. I was on Vogue magazine last year, so we're getting there. I think the respect coming from the audience. That's the part that we are struggling struggling with the audience, because still a lot of audiences doesn't know how to respect the performers. There's still a lot of like audiences that violates the rule of the performances, and they kind of like disturb the shows or just pull some queen's hair, that kind of thing. So it's basically just that acceptance and respect. Drag means a lot to me, and you know, it's a big part of my life, because you know, it made me who I am today, and being recognized not just Philippines or Hong Kong, but internationally, globally, I was recognized. So drag makes me happy, actually. Every time I do drag, like it makes me happy, and that's, you know, my form of expression. Yeah. It gives me a different kind of feeling every time I do drag and up on stage.
After all, drag is not just a performance. It can be a strong weapon to challenge societal norms and resist unjust force. At the same time, it can also be an art form that expresses beauty, culture, and the queens themselves. What Hong Kong is facing is not only the lack of exposure to this culture in the public sphere, but also the rejection from the mainstream due to the ignorance of the majority. These are the real challenges that keep this culture buried underground. Many hold stereotypical, discriminatory, and absolutely offensive views toward the culture. Even though this culture has existed for a long time, some Hong Kong drag queens still face difficulties gaining understanding from their parents and friends nowadays. Scholars said, what drag does do is expose people of all ages to alternative ways of thinking of gender, and encourages spectators to consider their own identity more critically. There's nothing scary about embracing a culture when it is completely harmless. Fortunately, as we can see from public opinion, more and more people, especially the younger generation in Hong Kong, are curious and willing to learn more about these amazing art forms. Moreover, with support from media and organizations, drag queens are invited more frequently to different events to gain visibility. As a part of society, it's important to show our respect in order to create a safe place for the expression of different art forms and culture. Also a harmonious and inclusive place where people who feel no pressure to be who they are. We are positive that one day, Hong Kong will be just like the rest of the world, which drag is commonly seen everywhere. As Coco Pop says, the word impossible is not in a drag queen's dictionary.
Whatever you want to do, you know, 我哋係冇傷害任何人，希望你對我哋嘅睇法亦都唔同咗。